Hello, I'm LuNEJuNE, and I bet you have noticed something different about the in-game matchmaking. Yes, they have improved the matchmaking pool by enabling us with level 3 noobs. I am literally not kidding. I, a level 18, get paired with someone who just now finished the tutorial. I don't know about you, but that is pretty annoying. Not only I cannot rely on my teammates anymore, but also they are literally getting everything for free. Anyway, I'm guessing you guys also started to carry these new players, so this is a guide to help improve your carry service. In this video, I will be showing you various strategies that you can go for at any stage of the game. Not only this main strategy has many smaller strategies and setups, but also enables you to not risk everything for a certain playstyle. This ultimate strategy will enable you to always solo carry a player no matter the circumstances. Let's go. To start off, I would like to divide this video into different segments. The first part will be about the main big strategy and how it transitions into smaller, more focused strategies. Then I will be showing you how each of these smaller strats become their full potential, aka their progress. Finally, I will give you one last path if every single option has been done and failed. So to start, what is this ultimate strategy that I am talking about? Well, the very first thing you do is to get the extra 200 coins from the quest Flashback. This will let you start off the game with more coins and will easily snowball later on in the match. Then, you spawn with the accumulated coins and merge everything except the bandits. The bandits go to the left and rest go to the right. This is so that bandit can utilize its loot passive where there's a 5% chance to gain 10 coins upon hitting a target. After you merge all the rest of the commons, there might be some commons that aren't mergeable due to them not being a count of 3. These, I like to sell them for extra coins for your safe box efficiency. Then, you should be left with some rares and a few luck stones. Use your luck stones on epic summons to hopefully get an early game epic. Early game epics are crucial as it will help you beat the first 2 main bosses and the hunt bosses as well. After you get your first epic, sell all the rares except one shock robot if you have it. This will make sense later on. Then upon your first boss defeation, choose the 50% epic summon if you have shock robot already. If not, choose a shock robot if you get it out of the 2 options. After you summon some epics, your next step is to spawn a temporary DPS unit to help survive the earlier rounds. There are many different options for this, but I like to go for Blob as it has a great AoE damage ability and can shred through the earlier bosses. So I always spawn Blob no matter what. Keep in mind if you somehow don't get an Eagle and a Hunter by the end of round 30, just don't spawn the Blob. It's not worth it. Speaking of round 30, make sure to upgrade mythic attacks twice before or during round 30 boss, as round 30 boss is actually quite tough to break through with a single Blob. Just a quick tip. Now that you've spawned your blob, this is where it gets fun. Start spamming the epic summon and get as many epics as possible. Try not to merge any of them even if you can. Then, after you get 6 of the same epic count, so 2 groups of the same epic guardian, then you merge one group turning it into your first legendary. This is where the smaller strategies come into play. This is the phase where you decide where your main DPS guardian would be for the rest of the match. There are lots of options, but the most reliable 3 that I found are Batman Solo Strat, Classic King Dian, and Solo-Chu. If you get a Tiger Master for your first legendary, you go for the Batman Solo Strategy. If you get Storm Giant, you actually don't go for any strategy yet, as there isn't a reliable DPS option for Storm Giant, but Storm Giant will turn into Cody for support. In this case, keep doing what I told you to do before this phase, which is summoning epics constantly until you find a different strategy. If you get Sheriff, you also don't immediately settle in for Lancelot. This is because Lancelot is absolute garbage early on and will only start to get better after wave 50. If you do get Sheriff, you will need another DPS option, or somehow survive until wave 50 and 60. If you get War Machine, you have a potential to go for Solo-Chu method. Now all these random ass strategies will be explained in detail shortly, but here is what you do when you don't get a legendary ever. Meaning you never got 2 groups of epic guardians of the same unit, or your legendary was just bad. Well, this is where you go for the classic King Dian strategy. This is why I told you to save at least 1 group of epics. Everyone, let's now learn the King Dian strategy. The King Dian strategy is where you go King Dian as your main DPS option. This is a very popular DPS unit, thus you will see lots and lots of players attempting to use Frog Prince to their fullest potential. As this method uses Frog Prince, level 12 Frog is highly recommended. You first wait until you have enough gold. This all depends on your safe box level, but I like to wait until 20,000 or 25,000 as I have safe box level 4. Then I summon all the commons as I can and start summoning Frog Princes in masses. Then I repeat this until I get King Dian. This game you see on screen, I actually got it on my first Frog summon. Once you get King Dian, you want to sell your wolves, trees, and hunters. I like to keep one extra hunter for Lancelot later on, but that is up to you. Sell all the eagles but 3 to later turn them into kitty mages. At this point, you are all set. You got your DPS unit, all you need to do now is to support a little bit. While you wait for wave 50, I like to use all my luck stones on rare summons to get 3 shock robots. This will help stun mobs further, allowing King Dian's ultimate ability to deal more damage effectively. After wave 50, the game will give you 3 out of the 4 legendaries as options to choose from. I like to go Storm Giant and get Coldy for extra stun power. However, when that is not the case, I go Sheriff and get Lancelot. You can do it or don't, it doesn't matter once you get King Dian. Now, spend all your luck stones on mythic upgrades and you are good to go. However, there is one lingering question that I am guessing most of you are thinking right now. What happens if you never get King Dian? Well, in that case you have to either A. upgrade your summon level and start summoning in masses to get more wolves and trees to go for more Frog Princes. Or B, if your partner has enough damage output that you can survive until wave 50, pray that you get Sheriff from one of the roles at wave 50 to get Lancelot and use Lancelot from then on. My personal preference, I use A then B if all options are exhausted. That is the King Dian strategy. Let's move on to the Batman strategy. Batman solo strat involves you getting Tiger Master on your legendary merge. Once you get Tiger Master, sell all your saved up wolves and leave 1 tree and 1 eagle behind. The tree will be used for Batman himself, while eagle will turn into a single kitty mage. You can keep additional eagles for more kitty mages, but that is completely up to you. I then use all my luck stones to get more hunters. Batman is a physical damage dealing unit. This means you need defense reduction in order for it to deal more damage. As the rounds progress in a match, the mob's defense stat goes up higher and higher, and if you don't have enough defense reduction, you will start to deal less damage. There are lots of defense reduction options, but by far the best are hunters. Hunters at level 12 will give you an extra +5 defense reduction, resulting in a 15 defense reduction points per hunter. This means if you have 6 hunters, or 3 hunters and 6 devils if you prefer them, you will automatically get 90 defense reduction. On top of your blob and the 3 electro robots, you get in total 115 defense reduction. Now, 115 defense reduction isn't actually enough until wave 80. You actually need above 150 to keep it at a positive. However, you're not the only one playing this game. If your partner has a little bit more defense reduction here and there, you will be set until wave 50. If you don't like to rely on your teammates like I do, just summon a few more here and there, and it shouldn't be a problem. Once you get your hunters ready, summon in the Batman once you have decent eco. Once again, decent economy means 20,000 or 25,000 for me. It might differ for you. Then I like to get my Batman up to level 13 or level 14 and just stop. While doing so, get your kitty mage and get ready for Coldy. Once wave 50 hits, I choose Storm Giant for Coldy, but you can choose War Machine for the extra 10 defense reduction. And that is it for Batman solo strategy. Batman is already one of the best DPS units, and it just needs a little bit of help from the defense reduction. One of the more easier strategies to copy. The Solo-Chu strategy requires you to get War Machine on your first or second legendary merge. Once you get War Machine, use the saved up Shock Robot to summon Chu. Then once you summon Chu, you want to immediately overclock it to get the overclocked Chu. Don't worry about failing, as Blob is already enough to clear out this part of the match. If you fail the overclock, go back to square one and keep summoning. This is actually a good time to transition over to the King Dian strategy. However, if you do succeed, This is by far the easiest strategy that you can solo clear with. Sell all your wolves, trees, and eagles as you won't need them anymore. Then use the luck stones that you gain from selling to start summoning more hunters. 6 hunters just like the Batman solo strategy for the defense reduction. Chu also suffers the same fate as Batman where it cannot do much without the help from defense reduction. Just get 6 hunters and you are pretty much finished. Overclock Chu is so powerful at the current moment that you don't even need a proper stun support to beat it. Just make sure to keep upgrading the mythic attack and Chu will take you to victory. Here is the TLDR version. Summon Blob or any starter DPS, then keep summoning epics until you have 2 groups of them. Merge the epics and go for the strategy that is correct for the legendary you got. Tiger Master, Batman. Storm Giant, wait. Sheriff, Lancelot, but wait for another solid option. War Machine, try going for Chu. For magic dealing DPS options like King Dian, just get stuns. And for physical damage dealing DPS like Batman and Chu, get 6 hunters. Now I did say that there is a last final resort if nothing works. There is a 4th strategy, but this is the last resort. That is the Lancelot % strategy. If every single option is exhausted, get a sheriff and go for Lancelot. After you survive until wave 60, Lancelot will clear out the rest. I don't recommend this strategy all the time, but if you need it, go for it. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this little guide helped you out on your solo carry mission. Like and subscribe if this video helped you out, and comment down below any tips that you like to give to newer players. Thanks for watching.